What's up, HF, and welcome back to the At Home VTV show. I'm your host, Langston Johnson, and we have a jam-packed show with tons of good news for you. With that being said, let's roll that intro. Now, it's week. I don't even know, but I'm tired of talking about quarantine. The students from VTV had their virtual state competition last week, and man, they took home some hardware. Let's check them out.
This past week was a very successful one for the Viking broadcasting kids at the 27th annual MMEA High School Video Festival. The broadcasting students have been working on these state projects throughout the year. Students were very proud of their achievements, including Devin Gorton, who says he is thrilled about the success of his projects.
My partner, Jake Goldberg, we felt like we should win something, and that was the one we least expected to win. So it was kind of a surprise, and it was kind of like validation for all the work that we did and that I did, and it was just nice to get recognized for something.
Students submitted many different projects such as news reports, short films, and commercials. They worked hard on filming and editing their projects before the deadlines, asking for help from family members and peers to act in or help film their videos. Ben Turnquist submitted a music video for the contest and says he couldn't have won without the help from his friends and family.
So this year for state broadcasting, I actually won first place in the music video category, and that felt really awesome because I worked very hard on my video and a lot of people were there that supported me throughout the process, so I'm happy I was able to win not only for myself but for them.
Along with Ben Turnquist, Devin Gorton, and Jake Goldberg, there are many other students that placed at state. And not only did the students have a lot of success at state, but also at the Illinois Women's Press Association, otherwise known as IWPA, and NATIS. Some people that placed at IWPA include Ben Hilgen, Langston Johnson, and Eliana Dasici, whereas Jake Goldberg, Juliet Benjamin, Jazz Jubilani, Ben Hamer, and Jonathan Kiriakis all won Christopher Pillars at NATIS. Congratulations to all of the broadcasting and film students on their hard work and achievements. For VTV, I'm Jackie Klepchak.
Now, we all know that HF has a wide selection of musicians, rappers, and artists. But who exactly did they get that talent from? Well, the teacher, of course. Mr. Siffner, the musical genius, is back at it again with a surprise for his choir class.
While remote learning has been hard on everyone, many teachers have done their best to unite students in unique ways. Choir director Mr. Siffner is no exception. Last week, he decided to make an a cappella video of himself singing a self-written parody of a well-known song, The Longest Time. While he didn't expect it to blow up the way it did, he's glad his students loved it.
It was neat to see the comments of the people who saw the video, students and parents. I'm glad they enjoyed it. I'm not a person who generally enjoys publicity, and so I posted it in our Google Classroom as an unlisted video, but I think people shared the link around, and I wasn't expecting it to go so far, but I'm glad a lot of people got to enjoy it.
The video was spread around town by students and parents and actually made it to WGN News and VTV News. Kate Van Etten and Allie Ryan, Viking Choir singers, say that the video just proves how much he truly cares about all of his students.
I thought the video was super sweet. It was such a nice thing to do with everything that's going on, especially for the seniors. I just thought that was like a super sweet idea. It was super creative. I think it even was on the news, so that's super cool. And it really just shows how much he cares about us and how much he cares about what he does. And that means a lot, so.
When I watched the video that Mr. Siffner made, I just thought it was literally the sweetest thing that he could have done for us in our class, and I feel like Mr. Siffner is just one of the most thoughtful people I've ever met in my entire life, and the fact that he put in all of that effort to make that for us just means so much to us.
While no classes are easy to teach virtually, music classes are exceptionally difficult. Mr. Siffner says the reason behind the video was for this exact reason, to keep students motivated and make sure that they know he is still there for all of his students.
Yeah, I mean, e-learning is a very strange time for us all. E-choir is like really something else. I mean, I think most kids sign up to take our class because they enjoy being with friends and kind of making music together. And neither one of those things is really possible right now. And so there are little ways like these that we can try to stay connected. I've tried to create some activities where people can just be thoughtful of one another, because that's really what's important right now.
It truly is teachers like Mr. Siffner that make e-learning a little bit more bearable. For VTV, this has been Kelly Van Etten.
Now, the question stands. When should we open back up? Government officials and medical experts have been debating on this tirelessly, but what do HF students think? Should we open back up?
If I were the governor, I would decide to stay closed, because this virus is very deadly, and I would like to keep everyone safe.
Well, if I was a governor of the state, I would keep the state on lockdown for right now. You know, just so that we can get this whole virus over, and not let it progress any further, because there's already been enough deaths, and I know a lot of the youth out there still want to have a summer, so I'm gonna go ahead and keep my state on lockdown.
If I were state governor, I'd definitely still keep most things closed, because we still don't have a handle on the coronavirus. A cure hasn't been found yet, so things should stay closed for the safety of the people.
I feel it is very conflicting about whether or not the governor should reopen businesses. I think this because I understand that many small businesses are struggling due to the fact that without customers and without being able to work, they do not have enough income to support themselves and their families. Though I do think that reopening business will ultimately lead to a lot more infection and a lot more cases of the virus. And I really think that the governor should take these facts into consideration and realize that the U.S. did just surpass 1 million cases of the virus, and reopening businesses will ultimately put more people in risk. But I think that it is up to the governor to decide whether or not the economy is more important than the lives of millions of Americans, because, as I said, it will ultimately lead to a lot more cases of the virus.
Now, I had always dreamed about walking across the stage and grabbing my diploma, but now I get to do it from the comfort of my own home. Let's check out and see why virtual graduation was Plan A.
What's going on, HF? My name is Langston Johnson, and surrounding the current COVID-19 situation, there has been a lot of debate about the end of the year activities, primarily graduation. Prom, honors convocation, and many other end of the year events like the NAHS Art Show have all been moved to online platforms. HF has opted to hold this same standard by hosting a virtual graduation on May 31st, the day the original ceremony was supposed to take place. Dr. Jerry Lee Anderson, principal, explains why she and the administration chose to go in this direction.
Making a decision about graduation was not an easy thing to do. From the very beginning, I've been looking at the science of COVID-19 and the impact that it's had on communities, even before it came to our community. Didn't want to take a risk with any of my seniors, or have any of my seniors risk their families.
Although it is undeniable that this was a tough decision to make, some students and members of the community believe that the event should have been moved to a later date, like within July or August. Senior Kai Offit talks about why she feels graduation should be postponed altogether and rescheduled for the summertime.
Seniors work for 4 years and put in really long hours at school, especially if you do extracurriculars, to be able to walk across the stage and be recognized for their accomplishments and their hard work. And I think that's a really big deal. I also think it's a big deal for people who haven't had traditional middle school graduations, or their first generation students, which we have at HF.
Even though there are many mixed feelings about virtual graduation and plans for the end of the year, we need to stick together as a HF community in order to make it through these unprecedented times. To finish this segment, here's a message to the senior class from Dr. Anderson. For VTV, this has been Langston Johnson. Have a great day, HF.
I'm looking forward to seeing every single one of your faces. I know our community is looking forward to seeing you too. Let's take a moment to experience a little bit of joy in watching you celebrate your accomplishments.
The last day of school left us with the inability to say goodbye to some of our friends, and some teachers that won't be coming back next year. Let's give a big bon voyage to those who are retiring this year.
coronavirus pandemic, I'm finishing up 33 years of teaching physics at Homewood Flossmoor High School. It's been just physics the entire time. AP, honors, CP, IB, just about everything. Not the best way to finish up the career, but what are you going to do? It's been annoying, but other people have lost a lot more than we have and I have, so can't really complain. Can't really say as I have a favorite memory of teaching. It's more wrapped up in people than events. There's been a lot, I've got to meet a lot of great people, and I've worked with a lot of great people, and there's some people I'll never ever forget. But I've definitely enjoyed teaching and coaching at HF for 33 years. But now it's time to go on to something else.
Hey guys, it's Shahid Evans, and I'm here to say thank you to Mr. McCartney about letting me rant to him about certain things like homework, life, sports, and Mr. McCartney, thank you for helping me out with everything since first semester and being there when I actually needed help, especially during first semester. Thank you. See you. Enjoy retirement. I'm out.
Hi, Mr. McCarthy. It's Zora from your third period physics class, and I just wanted to say that I appreciate you so much for being my teacher. You were always there for me, and you were always so funny. You made the day so much better. So I'm gonna miss you because you're retiring, but I know you're gonna have a great time. Anyway.
Unfortunately, that's all we have for this episode. Stay tuned for another at-home VTV show next week. For VTV, I'm Langston Johnson. Have a great day, HF. Stay safe.